We've got a really good team assembled, probably the most depth we've ever had at each position. Starts with line of scrimmage. I think the offensive and defensive lines, we have much bigger guys that can play. So we're really excited about it. We're looking forward to our schedule. The schedule's challenging, as it is always for South Alabama, but we're looking forward to it and looking forward to the opportunities we have.
Yeah, Coach, given the problems they're having in Oxford right now, and you guys opening up against the Rebels, a lot of people want to say this becomes an easier game to win for the Jags. You, I imagine, have to protect against that and tell your players a different message.
You know, if I were on that side of the table, I would have my kids fired up ready to play because, you know, I think that they're going to come out swinging because, you know, they've gone through some tough times and they'll be ready to play, I promise you. If they got any character about them, which I know they do, they will come out ready to play. And so our guys will as well. And so it's going to be a great venue for us to go over there and play, and we're looking forward to it. But all that stuff off the field doesn't matter once you get out there on the 50-yard line. It doesn't matter.
Joey, how have y'all taken advantage of the rules now that allow you not to have 2 days, but allow you to bring kids in a little bit earlier?
We're starting a couple of days earlier to make up for it somewhat, but I'm going to give our guys off 2 days during camp that I normally don't give them off because we're starting 2 days early. So really all I'm doing is spreading the practices out just a little bit. So that I don't want to fatigue them too much in camp. I felt like last year we were fatigued. When we came out Mississippi State game, played great. I thought the next 2 weeks we were tired. Then we got our legs back and started playing better. But I learned a big lesson by pushing them a little bit too hard last summer. So I'm trying to spread it out somewhat.
And also, with your team picked 4th in the poll, is that about where you thought you might be picked?
That's where I picked us. So I think that you look at Troy and App, 1 and 2, who you pick there, that's, you know, a flip of a coin. I think they deserve that 1 and 2 spot in the Arkansas State because they've been there. They've been the conference champions, whatever it's been, 5 out of the last 6 years. Very good football program. So I think it's all aligned where it needs to be. But I do think we got a shot. Our kids are hungry for a conference championship. We've been close. You know, our first year, 1 game away, and we got to do a better job winning on the road in the conference. You know, we were 0-4 in the conference, lost overtime game. We lost the game 38-31. We lost the game 28-23. So we got to find a way to win those games. If we can do that, we'll have a chance to compete for the championship.
Coach, following up on that, how much do you think players today look at preseason polls like this with social media and everything? Do you think they pay close attention to it? And if so, do you encourage that or do you just kind of downplay it?
Yeah, we don't really, I never talk about it with the team. But I think it's exciting for, you know, a team like ours is kind of new, at least being mentioned in the top part of the conference. And that's you know, a pat on the back for those guys, but we don't talk about it much. We talk about everyday practice, what we got to do to get there.
Coach, sorry, over here. I have to ask you, practice facility, obviously not what you want to look forward to. I mean, there's a lot of excitement behind it. What is your thoughts on the whole thing?
Well, you know, we're disappointed. Obviously, our kids were looking forward to being in it and that kind of thing, but that's really all I can talk about. You know, it's I can't get into the particulars of what happened. I don't even know myself. So all I know is it's a little bump in the road. We're gonna come out of it and worry about winning ball games. And when that thing's built for us, we'll move in there.
Coach over here. I just wanted to ask you about one player in particular, Roman Buchanan. He's a transfer from Army, had to sit out last year. What are your expectations for him this coming up season?
Roman graduated last year.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. Rowan Godwin.
Yes, Rowan.
Rowan Godwin, yeah. Yeah, he's an offensive lineman. Came in, I'm sorry, I may have misunderstood you too. You know, he's a really good offensive lineman, got a chance to be a good player for us. He's a freshman at this point, and so we'll see where that all pans out right now. But he's got a lot of talent. One thing he does, he plays with a lot of intensity. So he's going to play because he's a tough guy.
Coach, coaches worry about a lot of things. What keeps you up at night? What's the one thing with this team that you're maybe concerned that this has to get done for us to be successful?
We've got to run the football. Is that the first time you ever heard a head coach say that? You got to run the football? Well, we do. I mean, we've got to be able to run the football. I think some of our inconsistency last year was because we couldn't run it. There was times we were hot throwing it and we would light people up. There was times we weren't quite as hot throwing it. So we never could go to the running game and really control the clock and control the game. So we've got to be better. And we started in January working on that. We're going to run the football better. I think that's the key. If we do that, we're going to be playing for the conference championship. If we don't, it's going to be a grab bag.
Coach, you guys have Oklahoma State coming in, just like you had Mississippi State coming in. How do you keep the team focused, and how do you control the amount of excitement that's going to be going on for hosting the Cowboys?
That's a great question. They'll be top 10. I know different polls have them I've seen most of them. They've been in the top 10 observably, so I think they're very talented. They might be as explosive as an offensive team as I've ever seen in a long time. So how do we separate that? It's 2 seasons. Our guys have an out-of-conference schedule that's tough. They know that. We're excited about playing those teams. We're excited about Oklahoma State coming to Mobile. And when all that's over with, we got to get into the conference and start a new season. That's the way we have to treat it. It's kind of like 2 separate seasons for us.
There's a lot of, back here in the back, there's a lot of in-state rivalries in the Sun Belt. Kind of talk about the battle for the belt between you and Troy, and how that's kind of developed over the last couple of years.
It's awesome. It's a great game. For us being so new, I didn't think it might develop that quickly because it may, sometimes rivalries take time, but it's really developed to a great game. A couple years ago we went up there and for the first year of the belt we got them, and they came to our place last year and got us. And both of them games that the game could have flipped on 2 plays. So it's always going to be like that. Very competitive. Really good players on the field that care about it. So it's a great atmosphere. It was a great atmosphere in Troy 2 years ago. It was a great atmosphere in Mobile last year. So it's going to do nothing but get better and better.